I've used that experience to speak to kids about overcoming some challenges in their lives. And one of the main things I really like to speak about is it doesn't have to be that large of a challenge. It doesn't have to be a cancer in your family. It doesn't have to be a huge piece of adversity in your life. We all face different types of adversity. One of the things I talk about is turning your passion into action. And I look at myself and I literally turned my passion into action. My passion was lacrosse at one point, and I turned that into a university degree. I turned it into a world championship, and now my passion is sharing my story.
2 weeks before my first game, I'm in goal like this, about 2 hours into practice. It was one of the coldest days of the year, and someone took a shot at me like this, and I stepped to make a save, and when I did that, my knee popped. Like any good doctor, he grabs my knee and he pops it back into place. The worst pain I'd ever been in my life. And I had an x-ray, and I crouched down to Dr. Zelko's office. He looks back at me with a big smile on his face. He said, "Kyle, you didn't break your leg. What I think you did was tear the ligaments inside your knee." He said, "Let's have this one last test. This is called an MRI." He said, "There's something else going on inside," and he points to right here. He says, "So he said, I want you to go home with this letter. I think it's what we call osteogenic sarcoma." The letter says, "Strongly suggestive of osteogenic sarcoma." Osteogenic sarcoma? What the heck is that? And I Googled it. I typed it in the Google machine, right? Typed in osteogenic sarcoma, and I saw this guy. Do you guys know who this guy is? Yeah, Terry Fox. I was diagnosed with the same disease that Terry Fox had. I was 20 years old. I was 2 weeks away from finally accomplishing that goal. I have osteogenic sarcoma, the same disease Terry Fox had.
I'm truly passionate in speaking to these kids and letting them know that they will face adversity in their lives. It's not about avoiding adversity. It's about overcoming it, and how you do overcome these things to go back and feel like you've accomplished something.
I lost my brother when he was 24 for cancer, and my family was affected huge by that in a very negative way, obviously. So I wanted to come, and I like to see stories and share stories about positive things that have happened to people that have had cancer.
I mean, we had the whole school from grade 1 all the way up to grade 5, and so to expect them to sit for that long tells you exactly what a good message it was.
He's an amazing presenter. He tells his story, he's funny, he engages the kids like crazy. It was awesome, and even parents. We were all laughing and chuckling to ourselves throughout his whole story, and his focus on goals I thought was extremely powerful, especially for kids.
But my mom gave me this book. As soon as I was diagnosed, she gave me this book, and you can't see it in this picture. That table that's right next to my bed, it was always sitting there the entire time. It's a little blue book. It looked like this, and inside the book, she wanted me to write a diary. If you guys are familiar with Terry Fox's story, he wrote a diary every day. It's an unbelievable thing to read. I couldn't get myself to do it, so what I did with this book, and I still have it, I wrote my goals in it. Inside that book, I wrote, "I will never, for one day, walk with a cane." Ever. That's what it says. I will never for one day walk with a cane, ever. The second thing I wrote down, he said I would never play lacrosse again. Very simply, I wrote, "I will play lacrosse again." And I shut the book and I put it next to me, and I was looking at my brother, and I could see him picture me with no hair. I opened the book back up and I wrote, "I will not lose my hair." I lost my hair right away. I said, it's working, right? The chemotherapy is working. It's supposed to kill my hair. Hopefully it's killing the cancer as well.
Having Kyle here ties in really well with our character education. The first thing that we do during the fall is a Terry Fox run, and I think his message and how he overcame the challenges that he had is something that we can look up to, and having someone in person who survived what Terry survived, I think will give us something to build on all year long.
Anytime you can have an opportunity to have somebody who's lived a real life, authentic experience talk to kids about challenges and goal setting, and you know, when you've got the pictures and the history to prove it, it adds a lot of credibility. So I think I think the kids were captivated.
I challenge them to set some goals and think about some of the challenges that they may have to overcome in their lives.
And my goal was to get back on the lacrosse field and eventually play for Team Canada. Every Tuesday morning, I called Dr. Wonder. Every Tuesday morning, I called Dr. Wonder and I said, Dr. Wonder, can you please write me a letter that says I'm able to play? I need to get back and play. Every Tuesday morning, he would answer, he would say, Kyle, I can't do that. I'm sorry, you're not ready to play. With 2 games left into my season at Cornell, I had already missed Team Canada tryout. I wasn't going to be able to play for that team. I get a phone call on a Monday morning, and it's Dr. Wonder. And Dr. Wonder says, Kyle, we're going to let you play in your last 2 lacrosse games. So I was so excited, I hung up the phone. I didn't even listen to anything else he said. I called my mom, I called my brother, I called my dad. My brother called back, and he said, call the coach from Team Canada. Your goal is not just to play lacrosse, it's to play for Team Canada. Call him, let him know that you're playing. And I said, hey coach, it's Kyle. I know where you live. We weren't going to kidnap the guy, don't worry. I just wanted him to listen to the message. And what Kevin did, he map quested from coach's house to Shulkoff Stadium. And the message went like this. I said, hey coach, it's Kyle. I know where you live. You have to leave your house at 8 o'clock in the morning. I will leave you 4 tickets. You can park there. I have to prove to you I'm good enough to play for your team. You have to come down and watch me play. There's nothing else I could do. I left this message. What else was I to do? The game goes by, we beat Princeton, one of the biggest celebrations I've ever been a part of. We run into the locker room to celebrate, and the coach from Cornell comes up to me, his name's Jeff Tambroni. Jeff Tambroni taps me on the shoulder and says, Kyle, there's somebody at the locker room door for you. So I went to the door, I opened up the door, and it's Coach Nielsen. I said, hey coach, you got my message. And he said, yeah Kyle, it was kind of creepy. But he puts his hand out, you're now a member of Team Canada. I said, coach, I'm so excited. I've worked so hard to finally accomplish this goal. I just want to jump on you and hug you and kiss you. I'm so excited. He jumps back like this.
He's a great role model for everybody because he followed his dreams and his goals. He didn't give up on them even though he had cancer.
It was very, very inspiring.
I feel pretty thankful to him. Because he showed that if you keep trying, you'll always make it.
That it's always good to believe.
No matter what happens, you can always achieve it. Pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
We talked about this before. The first thing we do when we accomplish a goal is what? Celebrate. Absolutely. Any idea what a good second thing to do is? How about setting a new goal? I've already accomplished one. I'm going to set a new goal. So I celebrated. Very important, setting a new goal. Now my new goal is to win a world championship.
It was very nice to see. I know a lot of the classes use the idea of SMART goals as well, and we've done that as a staff. So again, it gives us something else that we can tie into over the course of the year.
It just shows our students that they can overcome a lot of goals or obstacles in their life, if not only sickness, but in their own home lives or things they can overcome in that. So it's really important students see that people can be successful and achieve their goals.
We set this goal for ourselves, right? Play and beat the Americans. 2006 World Lacrosse Championship. We went out to play these guys. I brought you guys a clip. This is how the game ended.
Possession perhaps for the Americans. The shot, the save by Miller, and that should do it. Team Canada have won the world title, dethroning Team USA.
28 years the Canadians have been waiting for this. 28 long years since Dan Pocketon scored the goal in Stockport, England.
We set this goal for ourselves. This is a picture of myself and Brody and our friend Chris right after we got our gold medals, as happy as we can be. And I look at this picture every day. The three of us have this up in our homes. Chris's dad took this picture. And I think about all the sacrifices that we've all made to get to where we've come. And I challenge you guys. We talked about passion. what your passion was. We talked about setting goals from that passion and having an inspiration, someone who inspires you, someone that has accomplished what you want to accomplish. Whoever it is, they're very easy to find. Find someone who's accomplished what you want to accomplish. Find someone who's overcome what you want to overcome. For me, I'll tell you how I use this inspiration. I thought about Terry every single day. I didn't want to get out of bed. My leg was sore. I was sick from my chemotherapy. I looked at this picture, and this guy ran a marathon a day. I just wanted to get out of bed. I just wanted to play lacrosse. So I used him, and I said, if this guy can do it, his life was much worse than mine, I'm going to be able to accomplish it.
The spin that he put on it to just accept what you've got, keep moving through it, and think about the things that you're going to do after you work through it. And I think that's the best part, to see that there's after, and what are you going to do when you get there, which is brilliant.
We're going to send a little message out to Kyle, and it's going to be really simple. Go, Kyle, go. Because he's going to need lots and lots of help, lots and lots of good messages to get him through his battle. Go, Kyle, go. Go, Kyle.
We are here today to honor and show our support to Kyle, who recently has rejoined his fight for against cancer, this time in his lungs. Kyle has full faith in his doctors that they can treat him and defeat cancer once and for all.
So today we're going to show our support for Kyle and everyone else who's been affected by cancer at one point in their life.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Start to swell till the crowd goes on. What we gonna do, kid?